Hello and welcome to IFMA on Air, the podcast where we go beyond the blades and bring you the coolest stories from the world of fans. I'm your host Trisha Shetty, and today's conversation is all about types of fans. Now, you might be thinking, what's there to say about a fan? But once you flip through the Indian Fan Manufacturers Association's coffee table book, you will realize this category is so much more than a ceiling fan spinning over our head. It's about history, design, technology, and even culture. To explore this world, we are joined by Vishal Chadha, Chief Operating Officer of Consumer Products at Bajaj Electricals. With over 2 decades of experience across FMCG and consumer durables, Vishal has a knack for spotting consumer trends before they become mainstream. He has led product, marketing, and strategy functions, and today he's here not just as an industry leader, but as someone who's seen how the humble fan has transformed into a lifestyle product. Welcome, Vishal. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you, Trisha. Pleasure to be here.
So, Vishal, let's start at the beginning. Fans feel so ordinary, but they have such a fascinating history. Could you tell us how the coffee table book captures that evolution?
Absolutely. The book traces fans from the handheld pankhas of ancient India to the introduction of the first electric fans in the early 20th century to today's smart and designer models. What struck me was how fans mirrored social change. From being a symbol of privilege in colonial times to being one of the first appliances to democratize comfort for every Indian home. It's a journey of both technology and accessibility.
That's really fascinating, Vishal. So, when we talk about types of fans today, it's just not ceiling fans anymore. How wide is this universe and what does each type represent?
Well, the spectrum is very wide. We have ceiling fans, which are, of course, the backbone of most homes, is the largest size of the market. You have pedestal fans, wall fans, table fans. These are popular in urban rentals or in small spaces. Wall mounted fans typically are for shops, offices. And then you have the whole new category of exhaust fans. They are in kitchens, they're in bathrooms. And off late, there are, of course, designer fans and BLDC fans. What's fascinating is that each type represents a lifestyle shift. Exhaust fans rose with modular kitchens. Pedestal fans gain traction with smaller families, nuclear families. And designer fans today reflect the rising aspirations in urban homes. They are not just products, they are markers, I think, of how India is changing.
I love that, Vishal. Fans as social markers, that's really good. But tell me, why are we seeing so much emphasis on designs and aesthetics today? Fans used to be invisible. What really changed?
You're right. Fans were once just meant to blend in. But today's consumer sees the fan as a part of their interior design vocabulary. Imagine walking into a beautifully done living room with sleek lighting, and then there is a clunky old fan. It seems like a misfit, it just doesn't fit. That's why we see new types of finishes like matte black, wooden, metallic shades. In fact, the consumer studies show that in premium housing, many consumers rank aesthetics amongst their top three buying factors. So the fan has moved from utility to a style statement.
So it's not just fashion now that's making style statements, but also our fans today. That brings me to something more futuristic. Hubless and bladeless fans, they almost look like your sci fi props. How do they even work?
They do look like they belong in a sci-fi movie. Hubless or bladeless fans push air through hollow rings powered by magnetic or central rotors. The result is actually a smooth airflow without visible blades. They are sleek, safe for children and pets, and offer a very premium aesthetic. Of course, they are still niche and costly, but they are probably a glimpse into the future of aspirational design.
That's really cool how we get to live this sci fi movie just with our fans today. Speaking of the future, energy efficiency is a hot topic today. Fans almost run every day in India. What's your take on that? How are we responding to it?
This is huge. Fans in India can run 12 to 18 hours daily, especially in peak summer. That's why BLDC technology has been transformative. It saves up to 60% energy. If even half of the Indian households switched, we'd save electricity equivalent to powering millions of homes annually. So the conversation around fans is also a conversation around sustainability, value for money products, and national energy savings.
That's really insightful, Vishal. I want to switch gear to consumer psychology now. What are the top drivers influencing purchase decisions today?
I would probably summarize it in four vectors: performance and reliability, design, efficiency, and of course, trust. So, when I talk about performance, I mean there has to be a good air delivery, they should be reliable without frequent breakdown. Appliances, you do want appliances to be something where you don't need to call the electrician every other day, right? And India is a price conscious market, and consumers are always seeking value for money. Design and color now matters a lot, as I said earlier, also, especially in urban homes. And last but not least, like I said, energy efficiency resonates everywhere with rising electricity bills. I also made a point around trust. Now, the trust in the brand and the manufacturer continues to be critical because the brand then promises and delivers what it promises.
I love the emphasis on trust, and I'm sure that the consumers too love that. We're also seeing a rise in smart homes now. Do you think fans are keeping pace with that trend?
Definitely. We now have fans with remote controls, app integration, voice assistants like Alexa or Google Home. The adoption is still small in early stages compared to smart lights or speakers, but it's growing. And as smart ecosystems become more affordable, I believe fans will be a part of that everyday convenience.
That's great, Vishal. Now, moving forward, let's step outside from our homes. And how do you see the role of these fans in commercial and community spaces?
In commercial spaces, durability and coverage probably matter more than design. For instance, high speed wall fans are staples in small shops, and industrial fans are critical for factories. In rural or semi urban India, affordability and ruggedness are key. So, the fan category is one of those rare ones that truly cuts across income levels, geographies, and users.
That's proof that fans are not just meant for homes, they're meant to be everywhere. You've been in this industry for so many years, Vishal. Do you have a favorite fan story from your career or from the coffee table book?
Well, one story I love is about the introduction of electric fans in India in the early 1900s. They were a luxury product seen only in hotels or elite clubs. Over time, as prices dropped, they became one of the first appliances that almost every Indian aspired to own. Personally, I've also seen fans evolve from a product you never thought about to one that's sometimes central to conversation around sustainability and lifestyle. That transformation has been amazing to witness.
That's really interesting, Vishal. I've never looked at it that way. Now, looking ahead, what innovations do you see shaping the future of fans?
I see three big shifts. One would be smarter fans, and with sensors, automation, app based control, voice control. Second would be about design evolution, which is hubless, retractable, and invisible designs. They will become more mainstream. Third, energy efficiency by default. And it's not going to be just in premium segments, but across all segments, whether it's mass market or premium or super premium. In a nutshell, essentially, fans will be smarter, quieter, and better looking. Products that deliver comfort while fitting seamlessly into modern life.
Smarter, quieter, and better looking. Sounds like fans are on their way of becoming the supermodels of home appliances now. Thank you so much, Vishal, for joining us and giving us your insights on fans today.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to IFMA on Air. This episode is a part of our series celebrating the launch of IFMA's Coffee Table Book, a rich compilation of stories, milestones, and insights from the Indian fan industry. Stay with us as we continue to bring you more such breezy conversations. Until next time, keep cool, stay curious, and remember, there's always more to fans than meets the eye.